So we're going to be messing around with this silver Audi Q3 over there. I have to try to find a parasitic drain. As you can see, I have a battery cable hooked up with a charger. Battery's been dying. I charged up the battery overnight. So what I'm doing so far is I hooked up my voltmeter and I started pulling fuses. So for anybody off my negative terminal and hook my voltmeter to the connector and the terminal itself and seeing if there was a draw, which there was. Actually right now I have it all hooked up with the maintainer, but so there was a draw. So then essentially what I was doing was pulling off fuses, trying to see where that draw would stop pulling. So I checked the fuses under the driver's side panel and I checked the fuses under here, and none of them really had a significant drop in power. There's another fuse panel under here. You gotta just do a little finagling, but none of them really had a significant change in the voltage that was being drawn out. I do have a aftermarket remote starter that's in it that I'm going to try to disconnect and see if that changes anything. And then I have a sneaking suspicion it's either a relay or possibly, I read some stuff online about the alternator solenoid going bad and pulling power off, which I don't know. I've never dealt with it, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my voltmeter back up and I'm going to disconnect the alternator and I'm going to start disconnecting relays to see if I can see that power draw go out. And I might go back through the fuses because I feel like maybe I must have missed one, but we'll see. So take that and set it aside. Get that out of the view here. So something I was reading about online is like Audis have a like a sleep mode after they've been woken up. Like, you know, I got the hood open, I got the doors open and closing, and you know, that'll draw power while I'm trying to do this. But the other day in testing that theory out, I hooked up my voltmeter and then let it sit for a while to see if it would like go into that sleep mode. And I don't know, the power draw I was seeing was the same that I saw when I first started. So for now, unless someone chimes in and lets me know I'm frigging it all up, I'm gonna just continue to do it this way, see how it goes. Just make sure that it helps to have that connected. Yeah, so like 10.6. And again, another thing is this voltmeter doesn't have any manual adjustments. It's just like a fluke 7-600 electrical tester. I don't know. I'm hoping that it is making its own mind up of what I'm looking for. I see, you got me. Yeah, it's on my tools. Don't do that again, buddy, please. So, a little rudimentary, but it's working, and this is what I'm seeing. So, I don't know. Seems strange to me to have any sort of voltage that high. So, I'm gonna try a few different things here. First, there's a module that holds the that's interesting method. There's a remote starter plug here. I read online, they say that excuse me, unless there's something majorly wrong with your remote starter, it's probably not the problem. But, you know, I really don't know. And I didn't install the remote starter. The previous owner did, and just by any chance when I bought the car, he'd put a new battery in. Yeah, so I see like that doesn't change anything. So yeah, probably look a little deeper. That's just the receiver anyway. So I don't know if that would even make the difference, but we're gonna say it's not this for now. I'll plug this beast back in. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Excuse me. Gentle. So anyway, like I was saying, the previous owner, when I bought the car, had put a new battery in, which tells me he was dealing with the power issue. And then when I had the car for a while, I started dealing with a power issue. And so this one is a 2015 Audi Q3. Has electric power steering. So when the battery's low, or even if you can get the car started, if the battery's not high enough, you get a fault for the power steering. And what that will do is shut it off, which happened once to my wife. Freaked her out. So anyway, long story short, I've changed out the battery to this Optima yellow top battery. And then I had the alternator rebuilt. So I feel like those two things should have fixed the problem. Unless it is a parasitic draw, then I'm just kind of... Oh, so I gotta undo all these things here. There's a clip here and a bracket there. Somewhere. Anyway, it's just all in the way of me trying to disconnect the alternator. Ouch, yeah, stitch. At least got it unlocked. Jeez. So let's test out that theory. Disconnect that. I think there's only really a couple of connections, but one's the sensor. I'm just worried about disconnecting it all the way, being so that it didn't change a thing. You okay? You seem all right. That connection. Ah, jeez. Maybe I should just do the whole damn alternator. As much as I hate to. Actually, I got an idea. I wonder if the power cords that go to that are right over here. You know what I'm saying? Like in this area, maybe? Hopefully. Probably not. So, looking at the box here, that ground is labeled alternator. When you go on the phone and look it up, so that would be the ground for the alternator. I wonder if that will make a difference. Probably not, but I'm gonna try it. Rather than try to finagle it down there, I'm just gonna disconnect it over here, which I'm sure is just a probably a 10 mil. Here. It's stuck, buddy. Whoop. All right. Get it unstuck. You just running your tread out. Come on, buddy. It's really loud. Do you like that 11? Anyway. I'll set this camera up over here somewhere. Somewhere it'll just chill. Alright. Totally risking it as far as like just randomly disconnecting powers and grounds and fuses. I'm sure there's some stuff that anybody who's an Audi mechanic would be like, Jesus! But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes just gotta, nothing. No change. What I'd love to do is strip it back on there. That'd be great. Oh my goodness, this ratchet's got like no gears. Get that extension out of the way. Yeah, so that didn't do anything, which is kind of what I suspected. I already pulled a bunch of these fuses and the relays up here. I can try again in the glove compartment. You guys can come along for the fun since you didn't see it. I did that. I mean, I said earlier, but I meant actually yesterday. Alright, nice and torqued. But it could just be because that's for a different. Come on, buddy. What? Give me a snowball. Oh my goodness, this ratchet is such garbage. I don't know if it needs to be tightened or. So even that brings it down. Like some, but still up in the tens. So these two brought it down. What are those? Evan. Turn it off for starters. Jeez. So these two in the center drop the voltage. So my thought maybe is if it's in milliamps, maybe that is really the true. Oh, okay. I'll do it. Yeah, I heard you. I'll do it. 1 second. There. It's off. Let's do this last one so I can close this back up. Probably friggin' up my frickin' car so hard disconnecting all these. But honestly, right now, well, it wouldn't be worth it if I did actually frig it up. I don't think I'm frigging it up. I think I got the ground off and stuff. It's probably fine. Ah, the single change. Okay, so I'll put that one back on. So the two in the center had significant, well, had power voltage drops. So what are those two? I gotta look at my phone. All right, so I don't know. I'm gonna put this all back together. I looked up those what those connectors said they did. It said passenger compartment fuse panel, which is weird because the fuse panels that I know about are the one in the driver's side and the one in the right there. So the only thing I could think of is that either, since this is a German brand in Europe, I don't know if Germany drives on the other side of the road, but I think they do. So I'm wondering if maybe the fuse panel passenger side is referring to in the passenger side that would be in Europe, which is that side. So I'll look around the passenger side. I doubt I'm going to find anything, mainly because I've looked up fuse panels and nothing's really talked about it. Now I'm trying to drop this screw into the engine bay. Would be great. Come on. And then, so my other theory is that it could be like a relay that's burned out, that's stuck on. Sorry, I'm on the lookout for cars coming in and out because my son's out here and I don't want him to get run over. I don't think that thing started. That is started good. But yeah, anyway, so a relay could be stuck down and giving me this grief. I'm not really like loving it, the theory, but yeah, because to me, if I would have seen that. Check those fuses. So I set my multimeter up here. The fuses are down there. I'm just going to set you guys up over here because it's a tedious task here. I don't know if you can see it, but under here is this. And I just bring that down. Maybe I can give you a different angle. So I did this the other day, and at first I was really cautious about like which fuse to pull and what it was, and honestly, round 2, I'm just pulling fuses. And they're a pain in the butt to stick back in, just FYI. I don't want to disconnect that, but I don't know how that pulls off. It's in the way all the time. Oh yeah. Oh, you're Verge. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I had the tool, the freaking the diagram of what it was. I was like making sure to be like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and nothing. Yeah, buddy. Yeah? So essentially I'm just going to go through this whole block here. What, buddy? Not really looking for blown fuses. I guess maybe I should be, but... Oh, nice! But essentially I'm just looking for that power draw. Just stop pulling. I did pull some that were like, drop the voltage a little bit, but like, I don't know. I guess I'm looking for like this big smoking gun. Maybe it's not out there. Maybe I'm just crazy. And honestly, probably more likely, I'm using the wrong volt setting on my voltmeter. You know, I'm probably sure that one's like for something else. What? Who knows? I'm sure somebody does. So I guess you get the gist of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll touch back with you guys. All the fuses again for the second time, and found that they really didn't have much of an effect. The only ones that had an effect is like 23 and 28, which is like door module, and the 28 I think is like the radio or something. So I made a mental note of it. Oh Jesus, this ratchet crimers. It's like, anyway, made a note on my phone. I'm gonna look up like if there's any information out there about them. For now, I'm taking this panel off. So there should be some relays under here. I want to do the same thing I did with the fuses, which is just unplug the relays and see if any of those affect the power draw. It's really a pain in my bum. But outside of bringing it to a dealership, which at some point I might end up doing if I can't get it. Just be a shame and drive me crazy. Oh my gosh. I think this ratchet like took a tumble, like a real hard one. This works for crap. I imagine there's some pops and snaps in here. Love those. They always seem to break. Coldies. Open up this side panel. I didn't look up how to open this thing. I probably should, so I don't break anything, but yeah, there's a screw there. I just want to check the relays, like I said. I thought perhaps the alternator could be the problem, but it doesn't seem like it. I'm not 100% confident it's not, but I guess I'll just have to sit around, do some more research, and see if I can come up with more info. See what I can find. Why? I don't know what demons possess this ratchet. It used to be my halfway good one. These are all the same. Yeah. Oh, that's loose. That's loose. Let's see if I can take this apart without breaking it. That would be the goal. Yeah, oh jeez. Is there a screw right there? No. Let's put that back up there. That side seems to be the one fighting me. It feels wonderful. One second, I gotta see what my son's yelling about. Okay. Whoa, you're crazy. So, figured it out. I didn't actually find much on the internet, so for some guy struggling, which sucked. Sorry for him. But I just kind of pulled here, and then down here, and it seems like it's come off. Still something up here holding it. I was going to take this off the shroud, but I only found the one bolt, and it didn't seem like it wanted to come fast and easy, so I left it alone. But I'm going to just keep tweaking on this. See what comes off of here. I don't know, the view might be total garbage for you guys. There's no power in the car. I don't think that's any better. Let's try this. Disconnect the GoPro stick here. I'll just kind of lean you here. See how that goes? It's a 360 camera. Maybe I'll get be able to. Better shot. This seems like it's really grabbing on up here. Oh, this is a couple of panels. It should come right out of there. I think it's. Oh, I hate these snaps. Mainly because I have a tendency to break them unintentionally. Oh, that might not help my view here. Alright. So let's disconnect that guy. Oh, that's weird. Probably because I was just clicking the things around. It's really just these two plugs. I feel like they don't stick with like a consistency with these things. Like this plug, I don't know how in the world it's in there. Oh, they do. Huh?
You want to give me a
Alright, so this is what it looks like under here. I don't know where the bleeding hell those relays are. I thought they'd be right here in front of me. I don't see anything. I think my problem is the remote start that somebody put in aftermarket, and you can't really still see, but anyway, it looks okay install. I've never done one myself, so maybe it's not, and I'm just kidding myself, but I'm gonna remove it. I looked online. Sounds like as long as I make sure all the connections that are originally there are there and are okay, I should be all right to do it. I'm gonna remove it, and then I'm gonna charge my battery up, and then I'm gonna follow the power and see if it draws down again. I'm hoping it won't, but we will see. So essentially I'm just going to be tooling around here, unconnecting things. I got some stuff taped up, and I don't know, these cars are not designed to have remote starts. From what I heard, see, like that one's not even split. I can just tape that up. I should make sure I do that right away. These cars, obviously being Audi, being German, they don't have the option for a remote start, because in Germany, I was told from a dealer that they are not allowed to have idling cars. And somebody knows more about it, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was told. So they weren't designed to have it. So I'm thinking that that is part of the reason why I'm having these issues, is because it's a system that is making it fail. Being not designed for it. Pardon my messy garage-ish. My son is out here making a mess, as well as myself. Some ice cold electrical tape. That'll be good. I'll put that in my pocket, warm it up a little bit so it doesn't just snap. Anyway, so with the system's not designed to have remote start, I'm thinking that whoever installed this remote start system is giving me these issues. The forced a system into here that it's just not designed for. So I'm gonna remove it, see if it stops giving me trouble. Really somewhat nervous about this because I've really never done this, and I don't want to mess up my car. But like any of this cloth tape, a lot of the car has it, but some of it is like a different type. So anything with that different type, assuming either was a remote control or a remote start installer company, which I'm hoping that's the case, or it's some person who doesn't really know what they're up to and installing stuff. Oh, damn. So, yeah, see, my concern, maybe you can't see. Oh, let me just show you. See, this guy's connected to this one. I don't know where that guy goes. So, it'll be interesting. You know what I should probably do? Take pictures as I'm going along. So if I mess it all up, I can unmess it all up. That goes there. That's that. And there's something going on down here with the yellow wire. Another pulled connector. I don't know. We will find out. Oh, and this is my second key I've been missing. I wish I had, and here it is. So, I don't know. The whole thing seems a little weird, although I've read about it a little bit, and it said that, yeah, they need to put the second key in there like that, so it has a key. But honestly, seems a little janky to me. What is this? Is it unlocked or? Oh, yeah. Come on. I don't know what that is. But, I mean, whole remote start system, I think it's gonna be not cheap. Oh, okay. So that one. Some of these are just not, you're not able to mess them up as far as where they plug back in, so at least I'll have that. Essentially just want to get this modules and stuff out of my way. I'm really concerned with this wire up here. I got the battery disconnected. Got a voltmeter jumping it, tell me what the volts are. But essentially, yeah, see, this is soldered on there. Frank. Oh wait, here it is. Right? Yeah, orange brown. Oh, that's not so bad. I was kind of concerned. So, I don't know. You know, it'll be a test. See if I can uninstall this system and my vehicle will not have a heart attack. You know, electrical. I hate electrical. But I feel like I'm doing the right thing. because I was chasing freaking power draw, and you know, you read online, people are like, no, remote start systems never have that much of a power draw, shouldn't hurt your system. It could be the case. It could be the case. But my gut is telling me that I have an issue here. Yucks. And this is it. So, off camera, just splice that wire with my mouth. And I gotta cut this guy. I have tie wraps and stuff, so I can really knock these guys out, which I kind of need to do to get this. I hate using a blade. Now, especially that blade. Saw one. This will really shred up my wires. That way it'll never work again. So I'm hoping. So the strippers I had didn't work. So I just used my mouth. I don't know. I don't have time for that. So, it's 32 something degrees out. So it's nice and warm. Oh shoot, I don't have good pliers to crunch these. Just want to make sure that this is going to work. Hold on, I'm going to get the right crimpers. Believe it or not, I do have the right crimpers somewhere, but not with me, where I can find them. So, what are these guys? They're a little goopy for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, sure, we just fine. My crimping face. Oh my goodness. Is that? No, it's a light, right? No, it's a wire. Not that wire. Pull that back through here. Oh my gosh. Oh. If I was working on this car during the day, it'd probably be nice and warmer. Or if I was working on this car, see, like there's that guy. What's that guy doing? Anyway. Oh. Well. This. Alright, I'm gonna detangle this a little bit. I'm gonna crimp it, put a new crimp on it. Get off of there. Put another crimp on. So that one they didn't solder or anything. They didn't even break the wire, but they did. That's good. they did break the shielding. So in an attempt to do something properly, I'm going to put a new shield on there. Well, not a new shield. I'm just going to put a new crimp connection to shield it from shorting. So there's the red wire and another connector in it. I don't know what I'm doing here. I lost a connector. It's not this one. It's not these ones. These are just all a jumbled mess here. That's the jumbly. Yeah, because it was soldered on. Like, where the hell? Oh, I feel like a dumbass. Maybe it's over here. Nope, doesn't look like it. See, I'm concerned what this is. I don't know. It's not that one. What the frig? Oh. Alright, well, it's going to come to me. Maybe. Okay. So let's go this way. I don't know. So essentially I'm going to disconnect that yellow wire, and I'm going to disconnect these wires and see where they go. So I was able to get all those cables disconnected and retaped up. I cut all these guys out, reconnected them up, reconnected these up. I still have to figure out where this is coming from. It's up underneath here, so that's going to be a different thing. But for now, I'm going to retighten that down. What a pain in the butt. Push that up. Because I noticed when I was doing the fuse checks, it's sitting a little low. Also, that one was loose. So, anyway. There. I'm getting there. I'm hoping this is the fix. It'll be a huge pain in my butt if it's not. Those are all good. I still got to disconnect the antenna wire. I don't know. See if you guys can get a sense of what I'm doing from that angle. Looks terrible. Let's try that. All right, well, there's a couple of screws that hold on the shroud on either side. I want to see if I can try to take them out without taking the whole steering wheel off, but fudge. Guessing I can't. I actually don't know how to take that steering wheel off. Doesn't help anything. If I can do the old coming at an angle. Not for that one. Maybe this one. I doubt it. No, not a chance. So I think I can. Dang. Kind of helps. Not really. I was hoping that I pull that out and I could get a little closer to that guy. I can't. The steering wheel to one side or the other, I can get to those screws without taking all that stuff apart. It turned out, looking at it, taking the steering wheel cover off and all that stuff is going to be a huge pain in my butt and a mess. So I didn't do that, thank goodness. But I am going to work on this. I just got to figure out what wire that's connected through here that needs to be removed, spliced back in, and then I'm going to put it all back together ASAP. All this stuff, I don't know. If I was going to throw some suggestions out, don't get an aftermarket remote starter, but that's just me. Everybody do your own thing. Unless you, maybe this wasn't done by like a reputable people, but man, it's turned into such a pain in my butt. Between them cutting OEM connectors, wires, and ultimately, I mean, I think I can get it back to functional, but God, man, I just don't know. I worry. I mean, even for this, like I see that they use the solder connections. That's good. I mean, that tells me, like, I don't know, it tells me something. But man, pardon my finger, but I think it's all goobered up. I don't know. I guess maybe if it's not OEM, leave it alone. Well, it seems like for Audis, actually, I mentioned it earlier, they weren't designed to have this. Which, like, some cars you could be like, oh, you know, it's not designed with it or has it, and you can just put it in after. But I'm fairly certain this is like literally like not designed to have it, and putting it in messes up your car. Jesus, what they got going on? It's like, I don't know. Really disappointing me. I'm just gonna try to bring this tape back, make sure that there's no hidden connections that if anything, it looks fine. Pretty much to me, anything that doesn't have that has electrical tape on it is suspect of trouble. Here I am trying to cut this back to get a little more slack for that plug connector. Dang. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I guess as long as I get enough connector on there, I guess it'll be fine. Ouch. I guess if I have an issue, I know a few different areas where to look. Anything that I did. I got these pink connecty guys. I don't know. Either that or what the frick? No. It's either that or freaking I don't know, wire nuts, which is not the right thing. Or I go buy something, but ouch. Stop it. I like that better, actually. That worked out pretty nicely. I always pull on the connector after just to make sure it really solidified on there. This one I'm probably going to have to shorten. Yeah, freight by a lot. As long as it's got a connection and some protection. Oh, I might keep grabbing that damn thing. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, like I said, guys, I don't know. I don't recommend these freaking With the right people doing it, I'm sure it's fine. But man, such a risk to mess up your car. There. So that's back. These freaking guys. Ooh, nice wind. That's great. Love that. Cold as hell. Freezing, yeah. Whoa. Really getting some wind gusts behind me. Oh, jeez. You guys seen this? It's like 3 electrical tape connections. I just don't know. I mean, maybe they're fine. Maybe this whole remote starter was fine, but I just don't feel like it was. I saw the power draw, and granted, I don't think I'm running the right voltmeter or anything, but just the power draw is killing me. Okay, so that's soldered connection. I'm gonna just snip that off, and I'm actually gonna re-tape it back up, because that is gonna turn into a freaking nightmare. But I got the wire off. That's what I need to do. Just uninstall this whole thing. There, that's better. What a pain. Anyway, guys, I don't know. You see, I'm just taking these wires off, reconnecting them, making sure they're right. I'll get back. All those wires are disconnected. I think should be good. Some of them were done okay. Like, you know, I talk a lot of smack. Maybe these guys were professionals. Who knows? But, you know, most of the wire connections were soldered, which at least tells me a higher level than just like nothing. But still, what a pain. And honestly, I hope I didn't mess anything up. Realistically, when I think about it, it's like I shouldn't have. I just really disconnected everything that was connected and made sure that all the wire connections that were already there are reconnected properly. So it shouldn't have done anything. See that Armstrong steering. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna hook everything up, hook up the battery. See if I mess it up. Outside of probably pulling all the dang fuses I shouldn't have touched. Alright. Okay. That's all good. And then I had another, this guy. And then there was this guy up the bottom here. It's not lined up. Come on. There we go. Just run that up there. Maybe not. Hi. What's going on here? Just off just so slightly. That's all right. Alright, let's give that a little snug down. So, I think I'm ready to stick this guy back on. Wonder if it's in my pocket. No, not that lucky. That sticker out of there. Maybe it's back on. No. Good, good. So I have no idea where my 10 mil is. I think that's pretty standard stuff when it comes to doing anything on a car. Maybe I left it out here. Let's hope that's the case. Oh. No, I didn't. But oh, that's fine. Let's replant that guy. Now that I've destroyed my car, I will see if it works. Okay, so remote starter removed, and we'll see if I fix the car. So fire it up, see what happens. It's the first time I have fired it up since I just finished the work, so if it works without error, great. If not, well, I guess we got more to do. Oh, blinker came on. Passenger airbag. Oh. I don't see any errors.